tears of anticipation, the day has arrived for the #1 Florida Gators and the #2 Florida State Seminoles to get it on. The day to play the game. Only the 31st time #1 has met #2 in college football history. It's Spurrier and Bowden. They haven't played that many times, but it's already seems like a long time. And Danny Wuerffel is the main target of the day. That magnificently competent quarterback for the Florida Gators. And the primary hunters will be defensive ends for Florida State, Peter Boulware and Raynard Wilson, each with 34 career quarterback sacks. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the day in the state of Florida for sure, and a very big day in college football. If the Florida Gators win, they will carry their #1 national ranking into the SEC championship game against Alabama next Saturday night. You'll see it here on ABC Sports. It'll be played in Atlanta. If the Florida State Seminoles win, they will rise to #1. And they will start packing for the Nokia Sugar Bowl game January 2nd in New Orleans. That would be the Alliance Championship game. Well then, what determines the outcome here today in Tallahassee? A lot of factors to be sure, including these cited by the two coaches.
Let's try not to give them a cheap one, try to take care of the ball, play well on the special teams.
Our rush is going to have to be superior to what they have faced, or I don't think we can beat them.
Sometimes these type of games don't quite live up to the hype. We think this one will. Fine day for a game, and Doak Campbell Stadium is filled to capacity. This is a game for the constituency. Here's the magnificent Appaloosa aboard Chief Osceola, a symbol of this part of the state of Florida and this region of the country. Beloved by those who have passed across these hallowed grounds. And now we turn to our analyst, Bob Greasy, for his thoughts about the game today. He comes with 99 pounds of papered notes and an telestrator humming. What do you think, boss?
Well, first of all, I don't think anybody's going to be able to run very well. Defensively, that's the first thing both defenses want to do, shut down the run. So if you like explosive, exciting, big play offenses with skilled wide receivers and skilled defensive backs, that's what you're going to get here. The ace in the hole for Florida State is Warrick Dunn. I don't think he's going to be a factor running the ball, but coming out of the backfield receiving, he might play a big part.
Before this day is done, however, the man that starts to play the quarterback is going to have to play a major role.
If you don't run the ball, it gets back to the quarterback to make the big plays. Whoever makes the most big plays. Wuerffel has started 35 games. In my opinion, the #1 quarterback in college football. He'll be there. Thad Busby on the other side has to play well for Florida State to have a chance to win. That's the key for the game today.
Now for the men who'll do some of the catching and comments on them, let's join Lynn Swan on the field.
Well, Pete, they say this game is supposed to be a war. If it is, it's the airborne passing attack that will be a primary factor in it. And the University of Florida has the best tandem of wide receivers in this conference. You look at Riddell, Anthony, and Ike Hilliard, the numbers they put together. Their challenge today, take the short pass because of the pass rush and make it a big play. On the Florida State side, there are 3 guys who have come up with numbers not quite as good as Florida. E.G. Green, Andre Cooper, and Warrick Dunn. And I will tell you, Warrick Dunn is going to have to take that short pass and make a big one, Pete.
All right, the Florida Gators will have the football first. Florida State won the toss, deferred to accept the kickoff in the second half, but Steve Spurrier pretty well made it known that he wanted the ball if he could get it on the first possession today, because that's how he believes in that offense, that he wants to. There's some advantage in getting that first score on the scoreboard. There is no question about it. Couldn't be a better day, and we're just about set to go. Mac Gentry is the head of an all-ACC officiating team. Scott Bentley will kick it off for the red-shirted home team. Elijah Williams and Jacquez Green and Ike Hilliard are deep people. It's Hilliard 19 and Elijah Williams who are the deepest. And they have to hold the ball on the tee because of the wind, and Bentley knocks it beyond the field of play, and it'll come out for the 20, first down for the Florida Gators. Danny Wuerffel is one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the country, and as you look at his numbers on the year, I should tell you in his career he's thrown 105 touchdown passes. Number 19 for the Chile starting lineup, backs and receivers, Ike Hilliard has 120 career catches. The Florida receivers do something with the ball after they catch it. that is emphasized every day they practice. So here we go. Fred Taylor will open up in the backfield. They've got 3 wideouts, 2 at the top, a little quick snap pop to the top of the screen, and you've got a 7-yard pickup by Riddell Anthony, the junior from South Bay, Florida, number 15. You'll see him a lot. The offensive front for Florida, very young tackles. Number 70, Cooper Carlisle, the freshman, and number 79, Mo Collins, is a sophomore. They have to deal with those 2 defensive ends of Florida State. They are terrific. It'll be 2nd down and 3 from the 27. Ball is handed off to Taylor. And Taylor is taken down with authority. Darrell Bush among the tacklers. Bush playing in the middle of that Florida State defense as the middle linebacker, is the captain of that bunch. I mean, he guides the whole crowd. Chevin Smith, a strong safety, has played very well. He has 3 defensive touchdowns in the secondary. Don't get that very often. It is now 3rd and a long one. Just about a yard and a half. Wuerffel back to throw it. Has a man open. Anthony, 1st down, 41-yard line. Popped in the back hard by Chevin Smith, but he held the ball. So Wuerffel has hit his first 3 passes, totals 38 yards. And it's 1st down at the 25-yard line of Florida State. Taylor's the deep man. Wuerffel circles, throws for the corner, and it'll be picked off. The man for whom the pass was intended never got down. Riddell Anthony and Ike Hilliard were the 2 wides, and Hilliard never got where the ball was thrown. He cut it off before the ball was on its way, and it was an easy interception for Chevin Smith.
Well, you called it correctly, Keith. It gets flushed out of the pocket. The receiver to the left side, outside of the screen, stopped his pattern. And from the look that Spurrier was talking with Wuerffel, it may have been Wuerffel's fault.
So the Seminoles get the ball back. No score. So Steve Spurrier shaking his head after a conversation with his quarterback and the wide receiver. Hard to know which man. The wide receiver broke it off, and the ball was thrown deep, and it was intercepted. And here comes Florida State now. 1st down at their own 20-yard line. Warrick Dunn, obviously, is the man deep in the I formation with Thad Busby, the quarterback, and Dunn has the ball. This is the fellow that the Florida Gators have to take out of the ball game if they can. He picks up 3 yards on that carry.
Turnovers are such a key in this game. Go back to the interception. Watch as the receiver is going to be jammed right here by Capers. Sometimes there's an option route, Keith. You have the option to run the corner or to break it off to the sideline. The quarterback and the wide receiver have to read the coverage the same way. Wuerffel threw it deep. The receiver broke it short.
2nd down and 7 for the Seminoles. The ball on the 23. And Busby looked like he changed the play. Give it to Dunn. He's working in the traffic and pops free. That's why the Florida Gators have to get a handle on Warrick Dunn. 1st down, Seminoles at the 48-yard line.
I'm talking to Bob Stoops, the defensive coordinator for the Gators. Number 1, take Warrick Dunn out of the game. Stop his running from behind the offense. Hubert Williams, 22. Jones, number 78, doing a nice job. And when you get in the secondary one-on-one with Warrick Dunn, he is going to beat you. Bob Stoops, the defensive coordinator, came in from Kansas State, has done a nice job with this defense for the Gators.
So Dunn, 2 plays, 1 big. 1st down, Knowles. He's got it again. And this time the Gators get him behind the line of scrimmage. That's a good defensive play by Florida. And they take him down back at the 46-yard line. Ed Chester made the play. Busby has only 15 touchdowns versus the 12 interceptions. He's 10-0, however, as a starter. Warrick Dunn, number 28, he's the generator of the FSU defense, and he is now over 1,000 yards for the season. He's done it 3 successive years. That's the Chili's starting lineup, backs and receivers for the Florida State Seminoles. So from the 46, it is now 2nd down and 12. And the first pass from Busby was off the hands of Warrick Dunn. So he's involved literally in every play in some sense. You've got to know where he is. The offensive front, Todd Fordham had to move over to a guard position from the tackle when Chad Bates went down hurt. Trey Thomas moved up to his offensive tackle starting position. The defensive front, number 44, James Bates, is the anchor of that Gator defense. Very aggressive defense. And so on 3rd down and 12 now, he had Reed's pass. And the Gators are right up there to bump. And here comes pressure. The pass is away down the middle, and it is caught at the 39-yard line of Florida by E.G. Green. That a very good throw.
Well, the interception in the end zone helped Florida State gain some confidence. Now, a big confidence booster right here for Thad Busby. A square in by Green. Pretty good coverage. Bates on a little blitz, a delayed blitz. He saw his man was blocking, so he goes in and rushes. He gets picked up very nicely there by Warrick Dunn. Big throw for Busby, first completion.
At the Florida 39, 1st down. Back he goes to throw it again. Gets it off, and this time it is incomplete. It was intended for Peter Warrick, number 9, defended by Shea Showers, the free safety or the center fielder. Their defensive backs for Florida, that's a very good secondary. Key man in that group is Lawrence Wright. I mean, he's one of the best in the country at that strong safety. You find him oftentimes right up along the line of scrimmage.
He makes a lot of difference, Keith. He's tough on the run, tough against the pass, and a great leader.
2nd down and 10 from the 39. Busby calling the play. Kind of hard in a crowd of more than 80,000. But most of them are Seminole fans, and this is Warrick Dunn. He disappeared in the stack, but he just kept on pumping, and all of a sudden he surfaces and shows up next at the 22-yard line, 1st down.
From behind the defense, running to their left side behind Long and Jones. He is small. You can't see him in there. He gets lost, but you got to bring him down. He keeps it alive. He's only 5'9", 185 pounds. I don't know if he's that big, Keith.
I don't think so. Doesn't look it. But he's a solid fellow. And I mean a solid person. 1st down at the 22-yard line. Dunn again. A little skip step. Gets him past the first man and puts him down at the 16. That'll be a 6-yard pickup.
The Gator defense came into this ball game, Keith, pretty good against the run. They were 3rd in the SEC, allowing only 110 yards per game on the ground.
Well, they're going to have to hunker down because if the Florida State Seminoles can run the ball this effectively, just occasionally, they got a problem.
You know Bobby's smiling on the sideline with this drive here, especially when he's getting on the ground. Florida State in with 4 wide receivers.
Out of the shotgun, they'll hand it to Dunn. He tries to bounce to the outside. Can't get away. Run down on the play by number 54, Willie Rogers.
We showed you the current drive, 10 plays, and this is a couple of the plays that got him down here. Warrick Dunn behind that offensive line, doing a nice job blocking, but Dunn also finding where the hole is and not going down very easily.
Well, he was taken down on that last play back just inside the 17, so we'll call it the 16-yard line, and now they're looking at 3rd down and a little more than 15.
No big mistakes here. Just make sure you get at least 3 out of this drive.
Busby's pass to the outside to Dunn coming out of the backfield, Oh, that's a good defensive play. He was very close to getting into the end zone, but Antone Lott, the corner on that side, held it. Lott's 5'9", 193 pounds, and he got a hold of a hind leg and would not turn loose.
You're right on, Hoss, because if he doesn't, he's out in the open field with Warrick Dunn. If he doesn't come down with him, he's going to walk in.
Scott Bentley for the 3 now. It'll be held by Travis Chambers and snapped by Clay Ingram. It'll be a 26-yard try. And Bentley has had a terrific senior season. 15 out of 17 on the year. This one's up and down the highway. And the Florida State Seminoles go to the lead with 6:43 to play in the first quarter by a score of 3-0. Scott Bentley to kick it off for the Seminoles. Ike Hilliard and Elijah Williams, 19 and 25 respectively, are waiting for it. The wind knocks it off the tee again, so they'll have to hold it. This is the 3rd time this season the Florida Gators have trailed in a football game. They trailed to Vanderbilt 3-0, and they were behind South Carolina 0-6.
All early in the game, obviously.
Yes. At the 4-yard line, it's Hilliard. Hole up the middle. Out to the 40. They opened up a nice alley for him right up the middle. 5:35 to play in the first quarter. Florida State leading 3-0. Gators haven't done much yet. Wuerffel hands the ball off. This is Taylor trying to get started and finally does. And gets a little bit of it, but great pursuit by the Seminoles. And he's out of bounds about the 27-yard line. Here's Swanee.
Keith, you were talking about the University of Florida offensive line scoring the quick pass. Part of that is to help that line out because in all of 1995, their starting group started all 13 ball games for them. But 1996, counting today's game, this is the 6th different lineup that they have had. They've had to move people around because of injuries and suspicion. The only player for them that started all the games last year and this year, number 75, right guard, Johnny Young. Keith?
A 3rd down and 23 now. Down he goes. Andre Wadsworth. 282-pound junior from Miami. And the Seminoles are hot.
And that is the 62nd sack of the season. They're concerned about the ends, Wilson and Boulware, and from the inside, Wadsworth comes in. He's had some injury problems. That's only his 3rd sack of the year. They can get you from the inside or the outside.
Robbie Stevenson, the punter, 44-plus on the season. Both punters are very good. Pressure here, blocked. They blocked it, and it's down at the 2-yard line. It may have been Chevin Smith. There were 3 or 4 of them that came pouring in. Boulware looked like he was there, so we'll have a look at it and tell you.
From the left side, this is the 6th punt. This is the 6th block kick of the year for Florida State. From over here, watches the outside man goes in outside, but the inside man is going to get it. Boulware, number 58. That's just a great layout and a big turnover for Florida State.
You got 2 fullbacks in there with Rock Preston at tailback. And a glorious opportunity right here. They hand it to the up man. That would be Pooh Bear Williams. And there is very little there for Pooh Bear as the Gators stack it up. So it'll be 2nd down and goal from about the 3.
This is a problem that the Seminoles have, Keith, when they get inside the 5-yard line because all of their tailbacks are small. Dunn, Preston, and Feast are all small. They don't have a big back. The only big backs are their fullbacks that don't carry the ball a lot. In fact, when we did the Virginia game, remember Pooh Bear Williams had the fumble inside the 10-yard line.
2nd down and goal. they don't get a touchdown here, the Gators will win this scrimmage. There it is. Who there? Ooh, those are not boos. Those are altered cheers for the big old fullbacks. 286 pounds.
That was before the pregame meal, huh?
Yeah. Scott Bentley for the point. That's his first touchdown of the season. The kick is away. It's good. 3:07 to play in the first quarter. The Seminoles block a punt, cash it in, lead 10-0. It's a festival when these two teams play. College football is a festival most every Saturday everywhere, but this one is mankind, number 1 and number 2. A game for the constituency. Since this is the capital city, this kick will go way back beyond the end zone. The wind is at their back going that way, so they get a little extra carry on the ball. And Fred Taylor's very, very late getting onto the field. They were already at the line of scrimmage ready to snap the ball, and we thought he wasn't out there. And they get it off. Wuerffel throws it to him. Dropped it. So that play was probably doomed from the get-go.
Well, the Gators are a little shook up, Keith. They're behind by 10 points. You mentioned earlier they've only been behind twice all season long. They made 2 critical mistakes. Their personnel group on the field is not correct. You know, Spurrier's going to say, hey, let's just get it together, guys. Relax and just take it down.
He sends Elijah Williams out to the tailback position. He's the lighter at 185 pounds, but very quick and a good receiver. And he's in there right now in a very tight position, and he's going down the middle as a receiver. And Danny Wuerffel can't do a thing about it because the Seminoles are just eating him up. Greg Spires, number 90.
That's the second sack for the Seminoles. They're averaging 6 a game.
And it's 3rd down and 17 right now. So Florida State just jumping all over him right now. Williams pops out of there and gets up to about the 25-yard line where Shevin Smith, number 30, hit him right on the numbers and stopped him. That is short of the first down.
Mickey Andrews, the defensive coordinator, got to really be happy with the way his defensive group is playing.
So it'll be 4th and about 5 with 1 minute and 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. And here's Robbie Stevenson again. Remember, he's a left footer. Woolware came from the left side the last time, or looking at it from the defensive side of the ball, the right side. Stevenson gets it out. It's a low liner. There's some room. Number 1 got a piece of him, but now Warrick breaks it. He's got some help. And taken down at the Gators' 39-yard line. He was 1 man short in his ticket. Otherwise, he would have taken it home. 32-yard punt and an 18-yard return.
Special teams advantage to Florida State. So far, it's a nice play by Capers, 23, not to block the man in the back. We've got a nice return going here. And, of course, the block punt earlier in the ballgame.
The pregame comments of the 2 coaches was, Steve Spurrier, let's not give him a cheap one, special teams, okay?
Right.
Is his collapse so far. Bobby Bowden, we got to get pressure on Wuerffel. If we can't beat him. All those things have happened so far. Busby going big. Warrick down under it. He's got it. Peter Warrick down under the ball at the 2-yard line. So a huge play. The ball is inside the 2. It's 1st and goal for the Seminoles. They lead 10-0, and they're looking for more.
Like the Gators got off the bus, but they left their heads when they in the hotel when they left. They are not into this ball game, Keith. Everything has gone away from them. They are not making the plays.
This is Busby. Throws. Touchdown. Melvin Pearsall. Is that a flag? I see a huddle by the officials. That usually means there's laundry on the field.
Contact, foul against the offense. He penalized on the kickoff.
It's a celebration. Yeah. Rule after the kickoff, and it's going to be one of those days for the Gators. They're going to have to come from behind and down. Right now, what, 16 points down.
About to be 17 if Scott Bentley, the senior from Aurora, Colorado, can knock it through. Scott came in as a heralded freshman. Has had a few bumps on his road, but is heading down the home stretch in high style. That is good, and it's Florida State 17, Florida nothing, with 59 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Here's a look at what Florida has done with their first 3 possessions. An interception, a block punt, and then a punt that was returned for about 25 yards.
Mike Hilliard and Elijah Williams are the deep people as Bentley has kicked it out of the end zone previous times, but this one is caught at the 7 and will be returned by Ike Hilliard. And he gets it back out to the 45-yard line. So that's a pretty good return by Ike again. And a good place to start.
Florida State defensively, first quarter, interception. There's a sack. There's another sack. As advertised, Florida State defense tops in the nation, setting the tone first quarter.
And the Gators now shot. Try to shake it off with Elijah Williams and Terry Jackson in the backfield. Different alignment here. Looking for something different from the 45. First down. 48 seconds. First quarter remaining. Gives the ball to Jackson. Big play for Terry. The 213-pounder runs it all the way down to the Florida State 35-yard line. First down, Gators. Wuerffel calling his play. Change the formation. Run it with Williams. A couple of yards, that'll do it. And time will tick out on the first quarter. So after one surprising score, Florida State 17, Florida nothing. Well, if you're wearing the red-looking color there, the garnet, isn't that what it is?
Yes,
Officially?
sir. Yes, sir.
Then you're a happy camper. But the folks in white, they're kind of walking around saying, life is not so good. Elijah Williams is back there now with Danny Wuerffel. It is second down and 8 for the Gators. The ball is on the Florida State 33. Wuerffel in trouble again. He's taken down by number 90, Greg Spires, his second quarterback sack, and here's 20.
Well, Keith, you know, this ball game splits families and who have been together and they've gone off to school. I've got 2 cheerleaders, Liz, who goes to Florida State, and Tina, she goes to Florida. Now, how do you 2 girls handle this rivalry when you play each other?
We just remember that family's first and we love each other before anything, but I think that both of us really want our own teams to win, so it's really hard. It's just hard, but I love Tina. She's great. I hope we win now.
And Tina?
Yeah, we just try our hardest to cheer best for the team and do our best job, and we always remember that we love each other. And we're sisters.
Well, you've got your work cut out for you, Tina. Keith?
Wuerffel put some air under it. He's got Anthony down there. It's touchdown, Gators.
they call him out.
No, they call him out at the 1. They've called him on the chalk. Anthony come back. He wants a debate, but they pull him away, and I thought he cantered in, but look for yourself.
Here are your skill players. Outstanding speed at wide receiver and very good defensive backs, but this is just a streak. Anthony goes by him. Don't count the Gators out, Keith. They have too much skill and too much big play and explosiveness. 17 points doesn't affect him, and he is out.
Yeah, he hit the chalk.
Yeah, he is out.
He could have made it in there if he'd have paid attention to it, but it's first down and goal from the 1 now for the Gators. Throws it to the corner. It's touchdown, Jacquez Green. And so the Gators get on the board and ease some of the pain.
Well, you got that right, Keith. They needed something positive to happen. They needed a big play. They needed what other team in America on the first and goal on the 1-yard line would put 3 wide receivers to the right side and throw on first down? He's just throwing away. He knows that Cozy, from film study, probably knows that Cozy doesn't see the ball well when it's coming at him in the end zone.
Bart Edmiston out of Matt Teague's hold, and Michael Yonkins' snap makes the play. With 12:22 to go in the first half, it is now 17-7. Matt Teague from Keystone Heights will kick it off. Laverdis Coles and Dee Feaster are the deep people for the Seminoles. Coles is 7 and Feaster 33. So they have to hold it and kick it off, and it's on its way. Wind under it, and nose went together a yard deep in the end zone, but Coles is coming out with it and doing very well, thank you. And he fights his way all the way out to the 34-yard line before they finally get a halter on him. So that's about a 35-yard return, in fact, though you only get credit from the goal line. So here comes Mr. Busby and company as they lead 17-7.
He's got that left wrist wrap. That's a hairline fracture that happened a few weeks back. Last week's injury to Busby was a slightly sprained right knee. He's got a brace on his right knee. But, he's in there giving it a go.
Warrick Dunn is the deep man.
4 of 7 for Busby, 62 yards, 1 touchdown.
Blue Bears block it. Busby's throwing. Got all day. Now lets it go, and it is incomplete. It was Dunn who finally broke out of the pack, realized that what had been planned on the other side of the field wasn't working. So he dispatched himself, and Shea Showers prevented him from catching it.
Well, that was a play that Florida State had worked on during the week. First down, play action pass. They tried to slip him out. There was nobody out on the right side. They wanted to get Dunn deep, and just didn't get him down there.
Burler was on the high side of your picture, on the other side of the field, and there was nothing over there for him at all.
There's Mark on the left side. He is ex-quarterback, University of Miami, backed up Jim Kelly.
Coach for Howard Schellenberger. Busby's pass is incomplete. Pass was intended for E.G. Green. Pass intended for Peter Warrick.
The strength of this... Who was it?
Peter Warrick.
Yeah, number 9. The strength of this defense for Florida, Keith, are the defensive backs. It'll be a good battle all day. Busby against those defensive backs.
Here's trouble, too. Cooper's coming in with the play, number 1.
It's coming in late. You only got 9 seconds to get this ball snapped.
Gotta hurry. He made it. Just barely. That ball's thrown away. The receiver turned upfield. Ball was thrown well behind him. And Seminoles don't do much with that possession.
Yeah, and that's what the Gators needed. If you wanted to get, if you're a Gator wearing a Gator hat, the momentum slightly shifting now. They've stopped the Seminoles the last 3 possessions.
Sean Liss is number 29. First kick was 30 yards. Winds right into his face. It's strong. not very good. Tail dragger, though. It might roll some. And it rolls inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So it winds up not too bad. 11:42 to go in the first half. 10-point lead, Seminoles. Then and now. Fred Taylor, the deep back. Florida's ball on the 29. Nobody behind Wuerffel. Changing his play. Hard to do in a setting like this. They got him again. Number 96, Connell Spain. The other tackle gets a sack. So they're doing pretty well with Messrs. Wilson and Boulware, but Wadsworth and Spain now have 3 sacks between them.
Exactly. It's the defensive tackles inside, Keith. The 3 defensive linemen that are getting the pressure on them. Look at here, Florida mistakes today. They've had 2 passes intercepted. They've had a punt block, and they've allowed 3 sacks. They've played a little over a quarter.
And they're coming again. Dump it off. It goes to Taylor. Taylor's got a first down. Taylor's all the way to the Florida State 38-yard line.
But Keith, you know, you saw a shot of Spurrier over there on the sideline wringing his hands. For every action, there's a reaction. Spurrier finds out what they're doing well, and I've got something to counter it. It's a little screen pass up the middle. Let the lineman come, little flip there. If they're rushing me hard, I'll screen and draw.
That's a great run there by Taylor.
Well, they've got big play people at every position, Keith.
Fueled by frustration, if nothing else.
Yeah. Look at the defensive line, Keith. The linebacker sneaking up in the defensive line. It creates problems for the offense.
Wuerffel has a little time, gets it off. It is intercepted. No, dropped. He had it in his hands, and as he fell, he could not hold it. It was Sean Hamlet. Ike Hilliard was down there, but Hamlet really was the only man with a chance to catch it.
That ball was thrown to the inside. He expected him to be inside. Here's the offensive line blocking.
Once again, Wuerffel is on his back.
He's getting hit every time he throws it. He expected Hilliard, number 19, to be inside. I was watching him as he went downfield. The ball comes out late. He made a little move to the inside and then jumped back outside, and Wuerffel had to throw it inside.
2nd down and 10. That's thrown to the outside. Hilliard's inside. They're not on the same page. And there's a flag. Personal foul on Florida State. So the Gators get a break.
Well, these 2 teams, Keith, are the most penalized teams in their respective conferences.
Gets the defense. Automatic first down, 15 yards.
UK and Mickey Andrews reacting to the call there. But you can hear how hard the wind's blowing off the referee's microphone.
That's Crawford, 47, right there at the end of the play. I don't know if that was what they called or not.
5 flags and 61 yards against the Seminoles so far. It is now first down Gators at the Seminoles 23. This is Taylor and Fred Taylor. Wigwags and slips and slides and squeezes and squirms and gets to the 19. He got 4 yards. This field is very firm, very fast field.
It's a fast track, and Florida State wants it that way because they've got a lot of skill players, wide receivers, running backs, and DBs. That's the way they like it. But Florida, they like that recipe also.
Jacquez Green is that man way down at the bottom of the picture. Anthony is a little closer to the ball. They're on the same side. Wuerffel puts it up. Nobody there. Again, they're not on the same page. Wuerffel was flattened again, and there's a penalty flag thrown right down where he was knocked down.
Roughing the passer on the defense. Pass the distance. Automatic first down.
That's 7 penalties on the Seminoles.
Well, here's what Mickey Andrews' defense is doing. They're putting all these guys up on the line of scrimmage, and they're blitzing. Well, what he wanted to do was get a little fade straight down the sideline at the bottom of the screen. Blitz from the safety. That's just a miscommunication with the receiver. Yeah, that's a good call. That hits a little bit late.
Crowd coming up, trying to help the defense. Pressure coming, Wuerffel's pass. Touchdown, Jacquez Green. And a penalty flag right back there again. There were 2 Seminoles that just buried Wuerffel, and the penalties against Florida State. The touchdown will count.
Automatic first down.
Well, didn't he score? Yeah, he scored. The official just had it wrong. Here's Bulwer from the outside. That's what they called, and that's a good call, Keith.
Oh, that snap was almost bobbled away, but they get it down and get it up, and it's good. So Edmiston makes it, and now it is a 3-point game.
Here's a look at it from the other side. Just running slants, and those are easy passes to throw if you're getting pressure.
When you get knocked down like that 35 or 40 times in the first 3 quarters of a football game, the 4th quarter can get very long.
Well, Wuerffel has thrown the ball 12 times. He's been pressured twice and knocked down 7 times, Keith, and sacked 3 others. So every time he's throwing it, somebody's in his face.
They will kick off from midfield after the penalty. That possession, 6 plays, 71 yards. Jacquez Green's touchdown is a 9-yard reception. And of course, that's in the stands. Souvenir. Here's 20.
Well, Keith, Danny Wuerffel is taking a lot of hits, but he's hanging in there. But right down the sideline, they're working on him. They're working on his jersey. While they haven't ripped him apart physically too badly, they're ripping his jersey right off his back. So the equipment guy had to come over and sew him up before they send him back out, Keith.
So here they come from the 24-yard line. The ball is handed off to Warrick Dunn, and he's on the loose again. Out to the 47 for a first down.
You look at that offensive line. Just a draw play. He just shuffled in, got the ball. That's just making your linemen look good. They're doing a nice job, but Dunn, the shiftiness, sliding around. I have never seen him run as well as he's running today, Keith.
Rock Preston replaces him. And Busby back to throw to the sideline. Pass is completed to Andre Cooper. And Cooper is right about the marker. It looks like it'll be a first down. It is. A minute 25 to go in the first half. Noles have time. They lead by 3. They've been very quiet offensively in the second quarter. Busby gets it away under pressure. It's going deep, and the pass is incomplete. Lavernus Coles, the speed burner, was down the field and had no chance to make the catch. And so for a change, the Gator defense puts Busby on his back.
You mentioned Coles is their fastest wide receiver, Keith, and a true freshman, where he had the coverage.
You know, I remember Weary when he showed up in a ball game as a freshman, and he had a tremendous second half. You know, everybody goes, "Ooh, who is that kid?" Well, he's been a starter ever since.
Yes, he's been a 4-year starter, 3-year starter. But this secondary is awfully good, Keith. Maybe one of the best in the country.
That back, Busby swings it off. Pass to Rock Preston. Preston is tackled by #1 Tony George, a sophomore out of Cincinnati. And the loss is back to the 49 of Florida State. So that's a big loss.
It's a nice play by George, too. It was good vision on his part to see what was developing behind the line of scrimmage, behind the line, and get up and make the play.
We'll make it 3rd down at 18. The clock continues to run. Neither team with a timeout.
You don't like to see that. Looks like Dunn is going into the locker room. It looks like he's limping on that leg.
Yes, he is. Busby again sandwiched. Here's the penalty flag out of the referees.
Ball came out.
The ball loose and covered by the Gators, but that flag was thrown some time ago before the ball came out. Might be on the nose. If it is, the Gators might have a shot at it.
Illegal block against the offense is refused.
First down, Florida.
They got it. Busby steps up. Now when you're in trouble, put the ball away. Protect the ball. There you go. It's knocked loose. The Gators get a break.
20 seconds. They got 2 shots at it. If they can protect Wuerffel. That goes to Anthony. He's out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 36-yard line. Now they're close enough to put it in the end zone. The clock continuing to run, and they don't give him them out of bounds. But they should have stopped the clock to move the chains at the end of the play.
Yes.
About 4 seconds rolled off of it.
Well, the Gators need to be up there and snap the ball as soon as it's waved ready for play. There you go.
Now he spikes it, and he's got 3 seconds. So he's got 1 play to stick the ball in the end zone or get it down there close enough so somebody might run it in.
Yep.
They better have something
They're going to kick it, I think.
figured out.
Try the field
Yeah,
goal.
they are going to go for the field goal.
Right.
So they will send Bart Edmiston out and try to tie it at halftime. His longest is in a 40-49-yard range. This one is going to be spotted at the 43. It's a 53-yarder. It will be his longest ever. Short. Not by much, but short by about a yard. And so the halftime score, Florida State owning the first quarter, 17. Florida owning the second quarter, 14. We're back in the battle of 1 versus 2, and 2's leading 1, 17-14 at Doak Campbell Stadium. And let's join Len Swan for a moment for the latest news about Warrick Dunn, who was seen limping and leaving the field.
Well, Keith, he was limping because he was cramping up. So much action. He had a tremendous first half. They got him inside. Wanted to take care of those cramps. Well, I'm being told by the trainer and by Bobby Bowden, it was just the fact that he was cramping up. He'll be in for the second half. And so we'll should see him or his backup, Rock Preston, if they need to give him a little rest. Keith?
Oh, we'll see him, I'll guarantee you. You think they'll have to repaint the walls in the Florida locker room?
You think Steve was upset?
I would say yes.
Huh? The dominant things in the first half for me was Warrick Dunn, the Florida State defense, and Wuerffel. Wuerffel has thrown the ball 23 times and has been hit 17 of the 23 times.
Wow.
He's dropped back to throw.
That's a whipping. That'll make him awfully sore next week. All right, the Gators kick it off. Seminoles have the first offensive possession. That's about 3 yards deep in the end zone, and it's coming out with D. Feaster. And he comes back to the 25-yard line, and there the Seminoles will start it.
Some numbers will throw you at you. Total yardage, Florida a little bit more than Florida State. Florida not being able to run the ball. Florida State not being able to throw it very much. But the turnovers, 3 turnovers that Florida had only led to 3 points for the Seminoles.
Warrick Dunn starts in the backfield along with Pooh Bear Williams, Thad Busby at quarterback, Melvin Pearson the tight end, E.G. Green and Wayne Messam are the wide receivers. Now it's Peter Warrick, not Messam. First down, move it on the 26-yard line and give it to Warrick Dunn. Can't break the tackle as he comes to the 29 at the pickup of about 3 yards.
First thing I want to look for is what has Florida done differently to stop Dunn? Florida State, Busby was 66 yards and a touchdown. Dunn had 133 yards on a big first half. Warrick had the 1 big reception, and the defensive leaders, Smith and Crockett, both had an interception.
Wayne Messam is now in at the wideout, and he has not seen the ball all day. That ball is batted in the air, and it is incomplete. It was Mike Peterson who suddenly has become a principal tormentor on the Florida defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Peterson has been in on the last 2 plays, Keith. He's the outside linebacker on the right side. Over here, watch as he'll split the the offensive men that come to block him. Gets right between them both. See, he's not going to get there in time, and then he throws his hands up and makes a nice play.
He's only a sophomore from Alachua, Florida. Busby's 2 of his last 12 for 3 yards. Hand it to Warrick Dunn. They get him right about 2-yard, 3-yard pickup, and there's a penalty flag in his wake. And it's against the Seminoles. Holding.
Not going to matter. It was going to be 4th down anyway. Keith, they'll probably decline it, but if the Gators can shut down Dunn, then Busby has to step up even more.
Offense, review, 4th down.
We've got Riddell Anthony with Jacquez Green having a cramp on the last run down the field. It's Anthony back for the punt of Sean Liss. This had a beauty. A couple of them in this game. 155, 150. This is away. Not too high. It might give Anthony a little room, but he calls a fair catch. And so he's going to have to start this possession at about the 27-yard line. Wuerffel hands off. Nothing doing. Elijah Williams can't go anywhere. Henry Crockett first. Peter Boulware second. Making the tackle.
The headline to this game so far is that defensive line for Florida State, Keith. They have just been all over the place. Disruptive. They have set the tone for what's happened in this game.
Julian Pittman and Jerry Johnson have played quite a bit. And they have come off now, and they put a nickel package on the field. And Williams can't get back to where they started that time either. Number 95, Julian Pittman got him. A junior from Niceville. I got a package of goodies from the folks in Niceville, and they invited me to come see him, and I'm going to one of these days.
Well, how come you got all that stuff?
Well, I like Niceville. But the thing that's interesting, there's always a football player somewhere on some team in this area, a good football team that comes from there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, they've always good football players come out here.
Third quarter is over. We've got one left. It's 17-14. The Noles lead. We'll be back after this message and the word from our ABC station. Well, the prize is considerable at the end of this one, and we have only 1 period left. Seminoles leading the Gators by 3 points. And here we go on 3rd and 11. Wuerffel has a man. Ball almost dropped. It is put away by Riddell Anthony. He's got a big play. He's thrown out of bounds all the way down on the Florida State 43-yard line by Dexter Jackson.
This time he's going to have good protection. Watch the 2 offensive tackles. Going to keep good protection. The receiver's going to come right into the middle of the field. The 2 tackles keeping the ends off. He got a lot of room to step up. That's what he's used to having during the season. But this Florida State defensive line has just been dominant.
Jermaine Allen, tight end, did a pretty good job handling Wilson that time, too.
Yeah, he gets getting some help.
43-yard line and working out of the shotgun. Wuerffel lets it go. It's incomplete over the head of everybody. Ike Hilliard was the receiver in the area. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Let me show you, Keith, what they're doing against Boulware. They're trying to keep Boulware at home, so they're double teaming him with the tight end and the offensive tackle.
Well, if they can keep doing it, poor Danny might be able to walk to the bus. Elijah Williams, the deep man in the backfield. 2nd and 10. It's caught. And it's good for a first down by Jacquez Green down at the 26-yard line. Just barely slipped through the arms of the defender.
Look from behind the defense. 5-step drop. Quick pass protection. Just gets in there before Capers makes the play. Chevin Smith saves the touchdown.
It's first down Gators at the Florida State 26. Crowd got kind of quiet there for a minute. Now they come up to help the defense. Pressure coming around. Penalty flag is thrown. Ball is in the end zone. Caught, but hold on. See about the flag. I think you might have a holding call coming. Rydell Anthony threw it. He caught it. As it is holding Florida. Yep, thought so. As Wuerffel threw the ball, the referee let the flag go, and even though it was right on the numbers to Anthony, it's lost.
79, the right tackle on the play. He got out of the screen. No, that's not it, I don't think. I think it was up maybe Donnie Young, somebody up there in the line, but he threw it, the official threw it long before Wuerffel threw the ball.
So they lose.
We go back to what we said, Keith, before, that the Gators, the most penalized team, about 90 yards, maybe 85 yards a game in penalties, and like you said, not the yardage so much, but that took back a touchdown.
Yep. It's a 14-yard penalty. It'll make it 1st and 24 as it comes back to the 40-yard line. Out of the foul zone. Had that little short dump off. And they get something out of it as Anthony again. He stepped up. He's got, he lost that last catch, so he would have 8 catches in the ball game. That's a lot.
Well, these numbers haven't changed much. These are mostly offensive numbers from the half, because third quarter was all defense. 9 possessions and 9 punts by both teams. Third down conversions, not very good for either side.
Second down, 11. Again, it goes to Anthony. He makes one little sidestep. That gets him past Colsey, and he gets it inside the 20. These Florida wide receivers are pretty nifty after they catch the ball. Here's Lynch one.
Well, Keith, Rydell Anthony is playing remarkable football when you look at that catch, and consider this. The team doctor just told me he has a slightly separated left shoulder. That's why he came out, but he is still in the ball game, and he's got to be hurting.
Elijah Williams is in the backfield, but he's there more as a protector, probably.
Yep.
Anything else?
Here they come. Look at them.
Oh, no chance. No chance. Dexter Jackson, the free safety, was right up in the crack, and he arrived just about the time Danny Wuerffel took his second step.
They got to block down the offensive line. Somebody's got to be responsible for that. That's the problem, Keith, with that aggressive defense, where the linebackers are always sticking their nose up in between the defensive linemen. You don't know when to count them and not to.
Here's an effort to tie from 41 yards by Bart Edmiston. He's got enough leg from this distance. He gets it up. No good. So Edmiston not only misses, but he's hobbling off the field. And the score remains a 3-point lead for Florida State. Stunning graphic, isn't it? 11 yards. Roughly 18 minutes of the second half. Warrick Dunn is the deep man. He's got the ball coming at him. Oh, he's just missed by somebody. But he's taken down at about the 25. I think Lawrence Wright is the guy who just almost cut him in half, but he just missed him. Now, we saw Bart Edmiston limping off the field. And I think right there, that may be where he hurt his foot. Let's go to Swanee.
Yeah, KD, he hurt his knee a little bit, and it's nothing serious. The doctor said he'll be fine, but sometimes, you know, those kickers get a little twinge, and they're not quite sure what it is, so they have to go talk to someone to be reassured, Keith.
What are you saying about kickers?
Nothing directly.
That pass completed at feet of Warrick. Once a wide receiver, always a wide receiver. Once a quarterback, always a quarterback.
Once a big ugly, always a big ugly.
3rd down and 6 after a 4-yard pickup. We're all sitting here on a keg of dynamite, just waiting for something to happen. I don't believe the final score is going to be 17-14. I just don't.
Well, there's a lot of explosives out there on the field just waiting to be set off.
I mean, there's one guy, one man, 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. Everybody else is right up there. And it's a great throw and catch to Warrick. And there's a first down for Florida State at the Gators' 42-yard line.
Take a look from behind the quarterback. Number 4 right, the free safety. Look at this, open up right in the middle. He throws it right over the center. That's a nice throw and catch. You give the quarterbacks time, they'll hurt you. If you rush them and knock them down all day, they're less likely to hurt you.
First down, Seminoles at the Gators, 42. 10 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the game. Busby back. Has time again. And it is incomplete. Pretty good battle for the ball there between the Coles of Florida State. Antone Lott was with him.
Busby says, come on, get the play in here. Get it in there quicker.
Play incomplete pass, stopping the clock at 10:03.
Quarterbacks like to get to the line of scrimmage with a lot of time left on that 25-second clock so they can check off if they want to.
Now it's 7 seconds. Tapped it at 6. A soft pass going just over the line of scrimmage to Warrick Dunn. And that's another Seminole first down.
Yeah, that's dangerous there. You can't cover him one-on-one. Man-to-man coverage all across the front here. Here's Dunn. He's going to come out of the backfield. He's got a little option. He can go one way or the other. And the linebacker right there has to cover him either way. He chooses to go inside. Busby gets him the ball, and he breaks the tackle.
Johnny Rutledge had to leave the game, the outside linebacking position. Kelsey comes in for Florida. And the Seminoles are moving it from the 27. Here's Busby setting up, going for the corner. And it is incomplete, and no fault of Busby. He threw the ball perfectly, but the intended receiver, E.G. Green, and the defender kind of tangled their feet, and it didn't quite come off.
He had a little trouble coming out of his break. We'll see it here.
Right there.
Yeah, that's no foul there. It's just unfortunate that he stumbled coming out of the move because the ball was high enough he could have adjusted if he would have been there.
That had 6 all over. 17-14 Florida State. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the Gators, 27. That's the time remaining in the ball game. Little short snap goes to Dunn. Dunn runs it over the right side down to the 20. It'll be 3rd and 3. Alabama is sitting home watching, healing and resting. Florida is going to go to Atlanta. Rouge. Timeout by Florida State. The ball is just inside the 20. 3rd down, 2 for Florida State. Dunn. He's got the first down. He's touchdown, out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Running left side. Good block by Pooh Bear Williams up there. 81 is Pearsall, the tight end. Showers is number 2. He's the free safety. He'll eventually have to get over and make the play.
They give the ball to Williams, the fullback, and he gets his 285 or 6 pounds rumbling, or maybe a yard, maybe a foot. Warrick Dunn has 168 yards rushing today. He has 4 catches for 24 yards. He has influenced at least 70% of the plays in the ball game that Florida State has run offensively. And he'll probably get it right here on second down and goal from the 1. Nope, they give it to the big man. And he does not get in there.
He weighs 285 pounds, Keith, and he was kind of stepping over some people in there. You don't want to be on the bottom of that pile with Pooh coming through.
And he'd leave a cleat mark for a month. Here comes Lamar Glenn, the other fullback, into the game. So he's going to be in the backfield. Messam has come out. Now Messam is going to go back. Somebody else is going to come out.
Take a time out here.
Take a time out. That's what they're going to do. So that stops your clock at 7:21 to play in the ball game. Florida State has 1 remaining. The game may be on the line right here. Well, there's somebody waiting to write a ticket for the Florida State Seminoles. It says New Orleans. Maybe they just get up and ride, as Willie calls it, the old city of New Orleans over there. However, this is a chance for him to put it away. They give it to Williams. He does not budge it.
Yes, he did.
He did, too. He fell down.
Second effort.
He wiggled off the top and fell over the side and rolled into the end zone. His first lick, he was stone cold, but he kept on pounding and rolled out and in there.
The defensive effort is solid to begin with. Right there, he's not over. Watch him spins to our right.
Rolls
He gets
in.
across, no question.
And Kevin Long, the center, shaken up and has to come out. Big fella from Summerville, South Carolina.
That'll hurt them. They don't have any more seasoned backup offensive linemen to put in there.
Here comes your extra point try from Scott Bentley to make it a 10-point lead with 7:15 to play in the ball game, and he's got it. Remember now, a little while ago, Florida lost a touchdown on a holding penalty. Seminoles have come back down, and they have scored. And stooped after Pooh Bear rolled in. (24-14) for the Florida State Seminoles over the #1 ranked Florida Gators. 7:15 remaining to play. The wind grabs the kickoff and it's stuck very short. Terry Jackson comes under the ball and is returning it to the 40-yard line. And Florida's got 3:47 to go.
They may need a field goal kicker if they hope to tie this game.
Wuerffel is flush. And one more time it's knocked down. He gets it out to about the 27. It'll be second down and 3.
That was probably one of the only times that Wuerffel has run from the pocket today. And that's what Mickey Andrews and Bowden, the defense for Florida State, knows, that he's not going to scramble outside the pocket. They don't roll out.
receiver, Jacquez Green, got tangled up in a bumping over there by the defender and was never in the play. So it is now 3rd down and 3. And 3:08 to play in the ball game. They've got the first down on this pass to Ike Hilliard up at the 35, 36-yard line. And we're 2:59 to play.
Hilliard looks like he's walking a little lightly there. These are the guys that can take the ball and run a long way, the wide receivers, but Hilliard right there.
He's leaving.
Looks like he's been dinged a little.
It is incomplete. And a penalty flag is coming up against Florida State's Mario Edwards. I think Riddell Anthony had the ball, and it looked like that Mario Edwards had grabbed him. A 15-yard penalty and a first down, if that's what it is.
Pass interference.
Yep.
15-yard first down.
How many flags is that now? 10 on Florida? 11 flags on Florida State.
Wow. Mickey Andrews, Edwards is a redshirt freshman. That foul was called. He is a backup. Mickey just plays him. He says, I'm playing 8 or 9, 10 defensive backs. I remember his philosophy is, I'll coach next year's team this year. I'll always have some depth. He just going for a national championship. He plays it.
That ball is thrown high, lost it in the air, and it falls incomplete, intended for Riddell Anthony. They need a little help out there from somebody else. Jamie Richardson needs to get involved and make a play. He hasn't seen the ball. He hasn't been open.
Well, the receiver is going to be in the middle, but he's going to have a lot of time. He's going to be open, but he doesn't have much time to throw. Look, he's got to throw it way early. You got to adjust to that ball. You got to come back to the ball.
2nd and 10 from the 49 of Florida State. 2:38 to play, as you see. That's the time remaining in the game. Wuerffel steps away and now is caught behind the line of scrimmage. And it's Renard Wilson this time getting him.
That's the 6th sack of Wuerffel today, and the first one for Wilson.
Clock running, coming up on 2 minutes. 3rd and 12. Wuerffel throws it hard and has a man. And the play is good for a first down at about the 35-yard line of Florida State. And that will move the chains and stop the clock at 1:51 to play in the game. 24-14. Florida State 10-point lead. Only one touchdown scored in the second half of this ball game. That was by the Seminoles on a 75-yard surge, and that's about all they've done in the second half.
That was
defense.
the only possession that they had.
Defense. Wuerffel throwing for Anthony. He's got it. And he's down at the 3-yard line. He caught it over Mario Edwards.
So this is what you've been looking at all day. One-on-one coverage, tight coverage. They've thrown this 15 times and maybe only hit it twice. Not a very high percentage, but they score here. There'll be some excitement on that kickoff.
Minute and a half to play in the game. Penalty flag. Jacquez Forrest Green was held by Samari Roll. Roll had his arms all over it. And I'm pretty sure that's what the call is going to be.
Interference, pass interference, defense.
Yep.
First down on the 2-yard line.
Florida did this earlier down in the same position. They must have read something. We're just throwing it out there, and he didn't think that the that's clearly holding. Clearly holding. They just wanted to do that. Throw it out there to the receiver one-on-one. That time...
that cost him 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. First and goal from the 2. Anthony, touchdown. Riddell Anthony went up higher than anybody else and made the catch.
Florida State's kicker, Edmondson, is hurt. I wonder, take a look at the touchdown. They was throwing jump balls in the end zone. Just throwing it up there, and their guys are going and getting it.
Matt Teague can do kickoffs. Collins Cooper is a kicker, so he's the sophomore kicker, and Cooper is in.
He hasn't kicked many this year.
No,
either.
he has not. Now's a good time to start your career. There it is. Banged it right up and in.
But he's going to have to be the guy that kicks the tying field goal if it ever gets to that point.
That's right. 1:19 to play in the game. Whoa.
Just need 1 foot inbound.
If that toe
possession of the ball
is on that chalk, he's out of bounds.
And the official right there. We had a nice shot of the official looking right at it.
So Teague will kick it off now for Florida. And the Seminoles don't have anybody back there. It's empty back in from the 30-yard, 28-yard line on. There's nobody. Because they're anticipating onside kick. They've got all of the good hands people up there. And it's open right down the middle of the field. Rock Preston is the only person in the middle of the field. Hit it hard. And did it go through clean? If they went through clean, it'll be Florida State's ball. And there's a penalty flag. Hold on. That could mean just kicking it out of bounds, which is normal. He kicked it hard.
The reason he kicked it hard is
Trying to ricochet.
hoping to hit one of the Florida State players.
But he didn't, and it's Florida State football.
Out of bounds. They'll take the ball at the inbound spot, 1st and 10.
Seminoles did a nice job of getting out of the way. Watch this. Both teams work on this all the time, even though you don't see it very often in a game. They know if it's kicked hard, get the heck out of the way. But this is just good coaching, you know. You work on it from both sides.
I don't know how in the world he got through there, but it did. All right, 1:19 to play in the ball game. They're probably out walking around the first tee trying to find a television set to watch the finish of the game.
They don't want to start till this is over.
They don't want to start, no. And that's going to be a first down for Warrick Dunn.
Warrick Dunn on the carry.
Florida has 2 timeouts left.
First down, Florida State.
1:11. And timeout called by the Florida Gators. They have 1 left. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game are Danny Wuerffel of the Florida Gators with 23 of 48, 362 yards, and he's been hammered on all day. Warrick Dunn influenced the entire ball game offensively for Florida State. 184 yards. He's over 1,000 for the 3rd successive season. 24 yards receiving. They are the Chevrolet most valuable players of this ball game, with Chevrolet donating $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund. There were a lot of people who could have gone home with that today, but
Most of them were defensive players.
Most of them were defensive players, but it's kind of funny that we wind up with the 2 offensive players, but they were so dominant. The ball is on the 39-yard line of Florida. And I can't imagine that they're going to put the ball at risk. Obviously, the defenders will try to strip it. Here it comes.
This was always one of my favorite formations right here. You knew you had the game won, and all you got to do is just take the ball and take a knee.
That gets the clock going. Gators have no more timeouts. Last 50. Well, Ann, you might have to buy him a new suit. You got to go to New Orleans.
And they don't have to play a game before that. They just sit around and rest up and get ready. It looks like it'll be Nebraska.
Possibly if they can beat Texas.
If they can beat Texas.
And Florida State. You know what? They look just alike almost. Nebraska is a little more option on the offense, but the defenses play much the same. It will be a war.
It'll be a defensive struggle.
So the Florida State Seminoles under Bobby Bowden will surely move to number 1. And then wait until the Nokia Sugar Bowl in New Orleans for their chance to claim a national championship. And that snap of the ball will do it. Steve Spurrier and these Florida Gators playing for the Southeastern Conference Championship must try to forget their bruises, pump up their pride, and march on Atlanta next Saturday night to play the Alabama Crimson Tide, which we'll have for you at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Here's Lynn Swan.
Bobby, congratulations. Is this the biggest win for you all time?
No, I ain't gonna say that. I'm not giving Florida that credit.
Okay.
No, it's a mighty big one. It belongs to the kids. I've got nothing to do with it. All the kids played great. Defense, offense, and kicking. I'm just proud of them.
You win the locker room at halftime. You came out. If Florida will let you, you wanted to let Warrick Dunn carry the football.
That's exactly right, and I want us to quit getting penalties. We were in complete charge of this darn ball game, but we got a penalty, and a penalty, and a penalty, and a penalty. And that last touchdown, they got 2 good penalties. You also probably have a date you want? Yeah, I hope so, buddy. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Bobby. Congratulations. Keith?
Well, he's something. Your final score, Florida State 24, Florida 21.